Hey guys, hey everybody. I hope you are all doing well and that you are very blessed. Now, I changed the topic from what I originally wanted to talk about because I feel like this topic in particular is something that's been on my mind the past couple of days and it really hit home literally, literally in the last 24 hours. And it's just talking about, being kind and being compassionate to somebody who's going through their struggles. You know, I'm sure there's been times where all of us we've been bullied, we've been made fun of, we've been insulted, we've been tormented verbally, which has resulted in us falling back mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and so forth. I'm in some of my previous videos, I'm sure I've shared where I was made fun of because of my voice. I was made fun of because of how I looked. I was made fun of because of how I acted, you know. And the worst part of that, I think, if I look back, was in primary school. And it was mainly with my voice. A lot of people made fun of me because of how I spoke. And it wasn't even me trying to be funny. It was genuinely me speaking. Like the teachers are asking questions and I want to answer. And if I answer it, people laugh, not because my answers were wrong, but because it's how I said it. And because of that, I remember from as early as grade 4 or 3, was it? I began to stammer because of that fear of being laughed at. Like, I'd be so afraid to speak that I began stammering. And boy, did that stammering cause a lot more havoc. I got laughed at. I just got laughed at all the more. And I just kept quiet. People really didn't think it was a big deal. I didn't make it to seem like a big deal, but I made it visibly clear that I didn't like it. And it was on those moments alone, say I'm alone or I would cry about it and I hated speaking out because of people laughing at me because of what I was going through. They thought that oh, it's not a big deal, it's childhood fun, but it's something that can scar you and affect you for a long time, and it did for me. I think honestly, when I began to speak publicly and confidently again was roughly around Form 4, and that was like 8, 9 years after that. So imagine living with that fear for a long time. It was dreadful. It was extremely painful. So I was thinking a couple of weeks back, I was just like, what about people who, in this social media frenzy which we live in right now, there's people with cancer, there's people with all types of diseases, the tuberculosis, mental health issues, ailments. And people make memes of those people. They make jokes, they make hilarious. It's just sad. It really is sad. And these are people who genuinely need support, love, and help. They need that help. And unfortunately, with the world looks at them and they think that they're freaks of nature, they're weirdos, they're all these things, and it's extremely sad. It results in these people who are receiving this kind of treatment to, indulge in things like alcohol, drugs, something to get them away from the world. It results them in keeping quiet and speaking and not speaking about the ailments that they're going through because they just can't find any help. I'm sure we all know now the tragic and sad passing of Chadwick Boseman. Now, Chadwick, I remember particularly, I had friends, I won't mention their names, but I had friends whom I remember we were talking and they were making, like, he had lost weight, right? Like, just after his Black Panther time. And I remember another friend of mine was like to us as a group, like, how can you guys laugh at him? Maybe he's going through something. And then, other people just said, you know what, no, he's just losing weight, maybe it's stress, maybe it's this. We made a big deal out of it. But imagine, he was dealing with colon cancer for 4 years. Now imagine the amount of movies he made since 2000 and I'll say 16 till the time of his passing. He made about 4 or 5 movies. But imagine the constant pain and anguish that he was going through in his body, just so that he can give us a bit of entertainment. But on the other hand, a lot of people are laughing at him personally. And imagine how much that must have been hard for him. Imagine how much that must have eaten him inside. It was terrible. And now that he's gone at such a young age, and nobody even knew that he had colon cancer. That's just how much blinded the world is, and we don't reach out and look and show concern for people. It doesn't even have to be people like Chadwick Boseman. It can be people around us, friends, family. People are going through a lot. People who seem like, oh, they're losing weight or something's wrong with them. Check up on that person. Call that person. Find out how that person is. You never know. You never know. And I'll say it for the third time, you never know what somebody's going through if you don't ask them. Look at Chadwick. He's gone now. Look at celebrities like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, we all know that he had various insecurities about himself, and he did the plastic surgeries, he alienated himself, he was lonely, and it resulted in him passing away at a young age of 50. Whitney Houston, she went through a lot in her life. Drugs, a tumultuous marriage, a lot. Gone at 48. Kanye West right now is going through mental health issues. But he lost his mother. He went through a lot of other stuff. And it's resulting in him having mental health issues. And many others. Not just celebrities, ordinary people who indulge in drugs, who indulge in alcohol, who indulge in something that will just help them forget, which results in either them being dead, committing suicide. The list goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lord wants us to be each other's keeper, to check up on each other. Be your brother's keeper. Be your sister's keeper. Check up on somebody who doesn't seem like they're doing okay. Always make sure that somebody needs a bit of help and a bit of a shoulder to lean on, to cry on, while they still have the time, so that they can go and say that I got help. Instead of all these silly memes where we make fun of people, even people in our own communities. Let's reach out. Let's be kind. Let's be considerate. We need to do better. We need to do better. We need to do better. Be kind. Be kind. Be kind. Be considerate. Be considerate. Be considerate. Be compassionate. Be compassionate. Be compassionate. God bless you all.